Look at the dispute this morning. I'm joined by Captain Tim Perry. He is president of the Airline Pilots Association Canada. Welcome to your morning.
Hi, good morning. I'm very good to be here.
You and the airline have been discussing this contract for nearly a year now. Talks started in January. Why have the discussions devolved to this point?
Really, the pilots have not been not had an update to their contractual conditions for over 10 years. So the airline and the industry have really left these pilots behind, and they need to catch up. That's really it.
Well, the airline has called this strike notice premature. We did reach out to Air Transat. I want to read everybody their statement that they sent to us. It says, this strike notice is premature, given the progress made at the bargaining table and the generous offers made by Air Transat. We have demonstrated a serious commitment throughout the process and a sincere willingness to reach an agreement by proposing several compromises and improvements that address pilot demands. Despite the efforts, the ALPA has shown no openness and the discussions have not led to an agreement. It is regrettable that the union has expressed such indifference towards Air Transat, its employees and clients by choosing the path of a strike at this time of year, a reckless decision that does not reflect the state of negotiations. While our priority is now to take care of customers, we remain committed to the process in order to conclude a negotiated agreement. Following a complete overhaul of the collective agreement that resulted in agreements on all standard clauses, Air Transat submitted an offer that includes a 59% salary increase over 5 years, major improvements to pilots' working conditions. The union's demands are considered reasonable, and its premature actions carry serious consequences for customers, the company, and its 4,300 other employees. Thank you to everybody for staying with us through that. We wanted to make sure we had the whole thing in there. What is your response to that?
Well, there's a lot in there, Anne-Marie, and unfortunately, it's not all accurate. I'll start with the 59% that they claim to have put on the table. If it was on the table, I'll tell you right now, we would take that to our members. That seems to be some creative accounting, and unfortunately, that sometimes take place. What's reckless, really, is to take the bargaining away from the bargaining table and into the public realm. And I would also suggest that it's reckless to, spend time doing that and really undermining the credibility of your very own employees who are at the bargaining table trying to achieve fairness there, where the conversations belong.
If the conversations don't continue and the strike action kicks in, are you concerned about possible government intervention like the government did during the Air Canada job action?
Yeah, we're always wary of that. We believe that the best collective agreements are reached at the bargaining table. We are practiced at bargaining collective agreements. We know and we have confidence that we are able to conclude fair collective agreements at the bargaining table. But it's always a concern when government intervention is brought up in conversation. We're going to focus our attention at the bargaining table, and should anything like that come up, we'll deal with it at the appropriate time. We're focused at the table right now.
So are you guys at the table right now?
We were at the table until late last night, 3 in the morning. That's been the case for days. We've been at the table for 11 months, though, Em. This is a breakdown in collective bargaining. There are parts of that statement that like to try to lay that at the feet of the union, but these are employees trying to catch up. They're 10 years behind. There's really important elements of the collective agreement that are still outstanding, including pay. And look, there's a lot of people trying to counting on us to get this right. Not just our members, but the traveling public. 25% of our members have left Air Transat over the past 5 years. A good collective agreement actually stabilizes the airline, whether the airline's willing to acknowledge that or not.
We're still 2 days away before this would fully kick in. What are you willing to compromise to prevent a full work stoppage?
Bargaining, by its very nature, Anne-Marie, is a compromise. We've been doing that all along, looking for solutions. Every element of the collective agreement is before us on the table. And every element is something that we're willing to look at and do the hard work to get through. It is hard work, but we're there doing it. We don't want to have a strike. No pilot wants a strike. We want to go to work. We take care of the traveling public when they're on board our airplanes, and this is no different. We want them to be well cared for and have their travel. To be able to travel.
Your message to passengers who may end up frustrated because of this job action, may not be able to get to family events or the vacations they had planned and saved for?
Well, it's just that, we care very much about them, but there is no reason that Air Transat is entitled to long-term discount labor in order to deliver their service. They have to meet us at the table in order to bring stability, not just to our members and their employees, but the traveling public who it's their business to serve.
Captain Tim Perry, president of the Airline Pilots Association Canada. Good to have you here this morning. Hopefully we reach an agreement in the next couple of days so we don't see a full stoppage. Thanks.
Nope, the two. Thank you.